The decision comes weeks after the Regional Security Council completed phase 1 of the demolition exercise, where fence walls within the core zones of the Ramsar site were demolished. A team was tasked to take an inventory on the number of houses illegally constructed on the Sakumo Ramsar site to allow for the second phase of the demolition. The Sakumo Ramsar site has been faced with a series of encroachments over the years, causing flooding at the slightest downpour at Ashaman, Tema and other adjoining areas. The Regional Minister, Henry Quartey, had earlier assured of efforts to get rid of all structures on the Ramsar site.
Mr. President, a few months ago, gave directives that all buildings sitting in waterways must be removed. Again, you recall, about a week ago, incidents that took place around Weja, where people's houses were virtually submerged in water. It is said that prevention is better than cure. This exercise is not in any way, shape, or form to victimize anybody. What the exercise is about today is to target buildings, or in fact, fence walls that have been erected in the core area, water. They are building in the water. So the men and women, as you see today, will have 3 phases of the work. Today, tomorrow, and day 3, they are going to bring down all the fence walls that are in the water. I'm sure you've seen it. Once they've done that, there will be another critical assessment where the agency and the lands, forestry, will now identify buildings that are still sited in the waterway, and then they are marked, and then the next phase will continue.
However, in a stakeholder engagement on Sunday, the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Quartey, backed down on further demolition of the structures.
I want to say here and now that not a single building will be demolished. We will go through some processes of discussions, and we'll have this kind of meeting again in about 3 weeks' time, by which time we would have had a clear roadmap. So if you wake up in the morning and you find somebody demolishing somebody's house, mole, eja ken chukole. The security and intelligence agencies are here. They work with instructions. They will be there to assist Lands Forestry Commission to go through some processes. But I can tell you that not even one building will be touched for now. We are human beings. We reason. And we know the circumstances that we find ourselves in currently. So we want to show human face. I am troubled, very troubled and worried. The rate at which our chiefs, our elders, are selling the lands. But the question is, so what will happen to the next generation in the next 10 years? I fear. Let us help ourselves to curtail this issue.
The Member of Parliament for Tema West, Carlos Ahinkra, urged the minister to ensure that persons behind the sale of the lands are dealt with.
Mr. Minister, I hope you are aware that everybody here gathered, or people who reside in this area, in the Tema West constituency, now dare say that most of them vote in this area. So if I'm the Member of Parliament here today, I want to dare say that all these people here seated voted for me to be who I am today. It is just important that when there's a gathering such as this one, their Member of Parliament is called to represent them, or to at least to be part of the discussion. I would also ask, Mr. Minister, that we look at situations where people who go about selling lands in that area are checked. It is unfortunate that we allow people to use their lifetime savings to build houses or to build structures, to get to a point only to be told that you are building on the wrong side, so we are going to break it down. And in this case, people who sold the lands to them go scot-free. Mr. Minister, I think that is not right. We also want to hear something about the people who go about selling lands in this area, as to whether they are doing the right thing or not.